Welcome back to Right Answers Mostly, Pop Culture Edition. My name's Claire Donald.
My name is Tess Bellomo.
Hello, Pop Culture Rammies. How are you?
Oh, do we have some things to talk about today, Claire?
Tess, where do you want to start?
I feel like we have to address Leo being everywhere. Like, we have to.
I hope that you feel a sense of pride because, I'm in the Leo press tour right now.
I feel a sense of pride. I feel a sense of protectiveness, of defensiveness.
Yeah.
Because, the comments will either be like, my God, like he is aging like a fine wine and I've been here all along. Or the other comments are like, they make fun of him.
Yeah, well, I did see someone say instead of fine wine, aging like milk, but I don't think he's aging like milk at all.
I don't think so in the slightest. I think he looks better now than he has in 10 years. His hair looks really great. His style, that black suit that he wore was just tailored to perfection with his black sunglasses. I was like, honey, did you get a new stylist? He's looking great.
I think that for the past few years, he's literally just been under the radar. He obviously did huge movies like Killers of the Flower Moon, all that stuff. But I think that he's been waiting for the right project to be like, I will come back on the scene. Don't you feel that way?
I do, because I feel like with Killers of the Flower Moon, he did that movie was amazing. I think he was very proud of it, but press was it was maybe he did 4 interviews about it and didn't go on late night talk. I think he is really capitalizing on this movie being, he loves Paul Thomas Anderson. He's been working on it for 20 years, and I think it's going to be very politically charged and have a lot of feedback that he's I'm gonna take advantage of this because people are gonna be talking about this.
Yeah, and I think that he's this is gonna win me another Oscar.
Well, God, let's hope so. But as we know, the Academy does not like Leo.
Yeah, what is that about? Because I think pretty much every one of his performances could have earned him an Oscar.
There's not one movie where I'm oh, he didn't deserve the praise he got. I mean, it is crazy, how talented he is.
I know.
I used to think maybe it was because the Academy was you're too pretty.
Oh.
Back in the day, and that was a theory of why he wasn't nominated for Titanic. They were we're not going to give the heartthrob the pretty boy, but now I'm he's more than a pretty face, honey, and we all know that.
Well, I think at this point I probably have burned my reputation with the Academy. They've been talking about us, so which is with the Barbie and the Oppenheimer of it all. But I'll just say it again, who is there? Who is at the Academy? Because it just doesn't seem to be making sense.
I think you can imagine who the group is, Claire.
Yeah, that's so true.
You can.
I'm picturing it.
I think they've all had that, same little club for a while. A lot of older white gentlemen.
Yes.
But we always talk about they need to honor comedy more. They need to honor Leo more. They do that. I mean, the fact that he didn't win for Wolf of Wall Street
was crazy. Don't make me bring up What's Eating Gilbert Grape again.
I mean, so I forgot that he was nominated for that, but just didn't win.
He was. Okay, got it. Well, so last night I was watching the trailer for Romeo and Juliet, Baz Luhrmann's, and it's overwhelming.
Yeah, it is. I mean, seeing that man do Shakespeare at such a young age was really, once again, I had so many sexual awakenings with Leo, but
of course.
It was intense.
Tess is, as you guys know, the resident Leonardo DiCaprio historian. So, he hasn't done a press tour like this. Have we ever gotten so personal with him?
The last late night talk show that he went on was, I think, in 2006.
Wait, what?
Yeah, because he's going to be on, and now I'm oh God, what is it? I think he's going to be on, is it Jimmy Kimmel? Or no? Jimmy Fallon? One of them, I think.
One of the Jimmys.
I think so.
Did you say he was going to be on New Heights?
Oh, he was on it, and I listened this morning.
Wait, what? Why have I not seen any pictures of it or anything?
Yeah, I was, Kunal texted me this morning. He's do you know? And I was oh my God, so that's of course all I did this morning. He's on it with Benicio del Toro. Is that his name?
Yeah. Benny,
not Benny Drama.
Not Benny Drama. God, what I would do to see Leonardo DiCaprio and Benny Drama in an interview together.
Put those two in a movie. Make them collaborate on a project.
Make them kiss.
Make them kiss. I mean, literally. Wow.
I'm picturing it.
What if Leah was in season 2 of Overcompensating?
Honey, Benny, we are
Playing a college kid.
It's perfect because they already got so much, like, flack on the age thing or whatever. Benny, we're manifesting this for you, babe.
He could be dating, like, he could be a senior dating a freshman, like, that would be funny.
Well, art imitates life.
Yeah. So, yeah, he was on New Heights, and I will say, I was like, "Do these men deserve to have guests like this?"
That's, the question, Tess. Like, were the interview questions was it just conversational? Like,
Interview questions, if I were to imitate what the 30 minutes was like, it would be like, "Man, man, man, you've worked with the greatest men of all time, man. You're such a bro. What's it like to, like, work with these men, man?" It was so much man talk, like,
really?
all of them, it was like they were addressing each other as man, dude, bro. Like, it was so masculine, and it was just about, like, "What was it like working with Scorsese, man?"
Yeah.
And, like, it was very masculine and, not engaging to me, like, not an interesting interview in the least. I was like, "You guys have the opportunity to talk to 2 of the greatest actors of our time, and you're just asking them about, like, other male directors and then sports at the end and what, like, sports highlights that they have loved."
Well, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
If Leo were here right now, what would you ask him?
Oh my god.
I know. It's like it's that's an unfair question to put on you on the spot.
No, I mean, I was thinking about, okay, if I oh god, sorry, I'm getting flustered. Um, if I had my dream interview, like, if I were sit down, like, 60 Minutes, Diane Sawyer, Katie Couric, and if I were to ask him harder questions, I know which ones I would ask.
Okay, would the first one be what was the loneliness like?
Literally, what was the loneliness like, of course,
So we'll open the interview with that.
yes, just, like, take that as you will. And
Mhm.
then my second question would be, like, you are such a powerful star. You, like, can really break any director into, like, this new phase of their career. Like, you can make or break these new, like, artists and writers. Why have you never worked with a female director?
Has he never not he's not once? Zero, zero, none. I'm trying to do Erica Jane.
Yeah, not once, Claire, not once. And it's disappointing to me. I love him, but this is the thing about fandom. I can also critique him. I can also say he's not perfect. I mean, God, this is now just going to be I was like, how much time do we got? But
We got all the time in the world, babe. This is your show, just like New Heights wanted to do what they wanted to do.
I would just be like, you honor filmmaking, and there's so many amazing female directors and writers. What's with that distance of the collaboration?
What's that all about, Leo?
And I'd hold a pen and paper and I'd be like, it's something I've wanted to ask you for a long time. And I'd cross my legs and sit back and wear a blazer.
Mm.
And I'd hope he thought I was pretty.
Well, of
And then
course.
I would just be, it'd be all the feelings.
It would be overwhelming. Okay, we're manifesting that as well. I think that's a great question.
And then I would think I would just ask him, like, um, I don't know. Like, I really would want to ask him about his process, about, like, he's kind
Yes.
of had the stereotype of method acting, and, like, is that true? How does that really help him? Like, was it true on Django Unchained that he wouldn't speak to Jamie Foxx? Like, I
Yes.
want to just know all of those, like, about the craft, you know?
Yeah, I think that's brilliant. So we'll add those. Can I be on the sidelines being like, what are in the headphones? What's going on in there?
I mean, what would you ask? What would you ask him?
I have some inappropriate questions that maybe I would save.
Of
Just,
course.
about like hookups and stuff. Maybe
I'd be,
that's not great, but
oh,
it's my truth.
I'd be like, do you keep a list? Is it on your phone? Is it written down?
Who was a co-star that you were getting some like rumblings for in your tummy?
You know who I
And I would phrase it just like that.
you know who I think it was, and I'm not sure if they ever hooked up or not?
What? Who?
Cameron Diaz during Gangs of New York.
Well, I mean, and isn't that his type?
But I think she was with either Jared Leto at that point or Justin Timberlake?
God, I forgot that shoot. No, Justin Timberlake, wasn't that around Bad Teacher that they were together?
I feel like it was like 2005, right?
But Gangs
Maybe?
of New York was maybe that movie haunts me.
It's really dark, and it just makes you feel very Gangs of New York was 2002. So
Yeah.
actually, I think it was Jared Leto time, and I think that was him with Giselle time, but or perhaps Sarah Foster when Giselle and him went on a break. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about
Let's
it.
talk about it, Tess. Let's talk about it. Yeah, people don't know that Sarah Foster and Leo had a thing, but they did.
Tobey Maguire and Jen Maguire hooked them up.
Yep. Another question I would ask him is like, what historical figure do you want to cover? Like, do you want to play? Who calls to you?
Wow. Also, I'd love to know, like, why he has never tried to direct. Like, I feel like can you imagine, like, his directorial debut? What's yeah, what stories have you not told yet that you're still dying to tell?
Have you ever lost a role that you were like, have you ever lost a role, period? And then that you were like, they did so much worse than I did? Or have you ever seen someone play a role that you're like, I could have played that better?
Wow. Yeah, and also just, like, what was it like to be so fucking hot
Yes.
and have just, like, your career was, like, for most of like, to try to get away from just being this, like, desired heartthrob, and, like, what how did that feel?
I think that he's just fascinating as a celebrity because he is so A-list. He is so in the culture, but not at all.
It's so private. He's one of the most private celebrities that exists.
Exactly. And it's like, how are you in this industry for so long and in this town for so long and remain so private? I actually think it's probably easier than we all think, but celebrities become more famous the more they expose themselves.
We know the interesting thing about him too is that he is so private, but he still goes. Like he has the 3 restaurants in LA that he likes to go to. He goes to Craig's, he goes to Giorgio Baldi, he goes to Chateau. Like he's going to places to be that he loves, but not to be seen because like you know that he's just been going there for 25 years.
Yeah.
And I'm also like, why haven't we heard from at least one of the women that you've dated? Like no interview about it, no article, no podcast. Like they all keep quiet.
Don't you think that there's an NDA? Or do you not think so? Do you think that there's just like a mutual respect that they just like don't talk about it?
So I've thought I this has kept me up at night,
Hmm.
Claire, because it's
Hmm.
like on one hand, maybe they all respect maybe it's like they all kind of end their relationships in positive ways where they're just like he's a private guy and this would really hurt him. But on the other hand, I'm like, not every relationship, it's impossible for them to end well, especially with a star like him.
Well,
With
exactly.
with the power dynamics that they have, with the age gaps, I'm like, they must sign something. Because wouldn't you think that, like, freaking Nina Adgul or whatever her name is, would be talking about her time with Leo?
I can't believe she's with one of the Paul brothers. Like that, talk about a twist and turn of her journey. Like that just sucks for her.
I know. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, Erin Heatherton, she's not talking about Dane Leo?
Erin Heatherton was such a major part of like my high school life. I feel I was just like that Victoria's Secret angel with her freckles,
She's
stunning.
so sexy.
Where is she now?
Where the hell is Erin Heatherton? But I'm like, you guys must have something to say.
Yeah, I agree. Also, what I was thinking about when I was thinking about Leo and just being in Hollywood, I'm like, who has hooked up with the most like A-list people in Hollywood? Like someone who's in the scene, not someone who's just like on the outskirts. There's so many hookups that we don't know about.
I think Gwyneth Paltrow's probably had a lot.
Yeah, that's so true.
And she's even said, like, on the Goop podcast before, like, there's so many I can't even begin to tell anyone about that no one would ever guess that would shock fans. Like, I feel like she just had a time where everyone's like, who's this gorgeous little blonde thing?
Of course. Oh, I bet Kate Hudson too.
Kate Hudson, oh my God. I
Yeah.
bet so many co-stars she's hooked up with.
How fun for them. Like if you were single in Hollywood and just like on the rise, how fun.
You know what I respect too about Kate Hudson is that, like, I think she's had her fun. Like, and now she's with someone that's not famous who seems like a really good, grounded person. I mean, I don't know this man, but I like that they kind of like keep to themselves. Like,
Yeah, they do their thing.
I really love Kate Hudson.
Well, she's also like so famous and comes from a famous family that she really doesn't have to work too hard to like stay relevant and she just lives her life.
Yeah, but she also is like a business entrepreneur. Like,
Yeah.
she has so many different companies. Like, I feel like she's a badass.
Yeah, when I say she doesn't work too hard, I'm meaning like she doesn't have to wake up and be like, okay, what's my next thing to
Oh,
stay
yeah.
relevant? Like
No,
she just exists.
she's just relevant. Like, and
Yeah.
she kind of always will be.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
Well,
Leo.
we're going to see the movie Monday.
Yes, we are. I get back from a trip and then I'm like, this is the first thing that we need to do. I mean, it's going to be intense.
I'm really excited. People are just overwhelmed by it.
I just think like, I mean, they keep like alluding to the fact that it's just like the movie that we need right now that represents the world. So I think it's going to be like a lot of like, it's going to be thought provoking and,
Yeah.
a lot of conversations will come from it. I'm excited.
Yeah, I still like really don't even know what it's about.
I'm, like, kind of starting to understand with some Leo interviews, but I'm also like, "What?"
If you could see him on any podcast besides Ram, what would you want?
God, I just want it to be I want someone to ask him about his life. Like, I want it to
Yes,
be
same.
much like Armchair Expert with celebrities where they go through an hour and a half, like, of, like, their life and their struggles and vulnerabilities, but I don't want Armchair Expert, but something,
No,
like,
same.
similar to that. I'd love to have a female host interview him. I'm like, "What is like that?"
I mean, Leo, if you hear us, like, honestly, it would be so great for all of us to just, like, go grab a drink and then have microphones there, but we don't even realize it and just chat.
I I can't imagine such a thing.
Yeah, I know. I know. And people might think we're Delulu for that, but, crazier things have happened.
Crazier things have happened, and you guys know if you're a Ram fan that I did run to a restaurant once that my friends said that he was at, and I sobbed and, like, essentially broke up with my boyfriend for, like, a day after. So, the lore
The
runs
lore
deep.
runs deep. Yeah. So we'll keep you guys updated on what we think about what is it called?
No di what the fuck is it called? Oh, one battle after another.
One battle after another. We will keep you updated on our journey with that.
You know, I should do a little TikTok about getting that letter from him when I was 16, a little story time.
Yeah, wait, what is that? I mean, I know you cried, but was it actually a letter from him?
Yeah, because my mom was working with a teacher at the time when she worked at a high school who was doing a screenplay with him. This
That's
was in
crazy.
2004, I think, and she had gone to the Oscars and she had danced with him, and she was like, it was like at the after party, and she's like, it was everything. So my mom knew that she was doing this, and she was like, if I can, I'll give my soul to like have you get even an autograph, anything. And then he did it, and he wrote out a whole little thing, and it said, "Happy 16th birthday."
Why don't you have that framed?
I don't know. That's a great question.
You
Well,
should.
that's a great it needs to be framed. It needs to be like when we have an office, like it oh my God, where is it? Yeah, it was life-changing, you guys. It was the best present I've ever gotten in my entire life.
I mean, I would be overwhelmed by that, and I'm not even, like, as
Oh,
in deep.
oh, it was everything. Oh my God. So guys, thank you for listening to 20 minutes of us talk about Leonardo DiCaprio.
Well, of course,
We needed it. I
we
needed it.
did. I would love to talk about Nina Dobrev and Zac Efron.
Right. So what's going on?
I think that they're hooking up.
I think so too. They've always been in the same circle.
Yeah. Well, okay, so this boat that they were on, it was Nina Dobrev, Zac Efron, Chase Crawford, his girlfriend. I think there was one person I was like, that's kind of Miles Teller and his wife. That group is so like young Hollywood, like 2012 young Hollywood.
Well, I'm glad to see that Miles Teller and Zach Efron are still friends after doing the movie The Awkward Moment.
Oh, okay. Is that where they became friends, do you think?
Yeah, with Michael
Yeah.
B. Jordan. I was like, glad to see you guys are still hanging out.
People seem to really love Miles Teller.
I did when he first came on the scene, and then I grew disillusioned.
Yeah, I understand that. Was there some anti-vaxxing or something?
There was a few controversies.
Yeah, yeah, that checks out. But yeah, they're all together on a yacht. Zac Efron just keeps jumping off of the yacht. His paparazzi photos are so funny.
The man is such an athlete, you know?
But it does seem like him and Nina Dobrev are like getting cozy in the pictures.
I feel like they're that kind of like those friends that have always thought each other were cute, but always both
Mhm.
been in relationships. And like, then it just so happened that they're both single and they're like, okay, let's give this a try.
What's fresh out the slammer vibes?
Fresh out the slammer. Are you into Dylan Efron?
Efron, I don't think I would be into him as a person, but every time he pops up on my screen, I'm like, "Oh, that guy's hot. Who is that?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, it's Zac Efron's brother."
He's a little cutie, I think.
Yeah, he's a cutie boo, but, like, I don't really know that much about him besides that.
Same.
Zac Efron, I've heard, is so nice.
I have never heard a bad thing about that man.
Same.
And that's shocking for a Disney star, like
Yeah,
child star.
and for someone who is, like, such a heartthrob, and I've just heard he is extremely kind, a short king.
A short king, I think he's been through a lot.
Yeah.
I think he's just a very sweet person. And I
You
wish the best for him.
I do too. It seems like I don't know anything about anything, but, like, he seems to be being in a better place.
I think so. I think he went through it. I think he
Yeah.
went through it and he is like, do you see the Iron Claw?
Yes, I was going to bring that up. That movie, he should have got nominated for that movie. Like, everyone who's in that movie should have got nominated. He was fantastic.
Well, I feel like it finally gave him, almost like a Brendan Fraser, where he's like, "I just have been waiting for a role that people can finally respect me." And, like, I feel like that role gave him a lot of confidence.
Yeah, I think so too. We should also cover Brendan Fraser for Ram.
I feel like you need to.
I mean, talk about a sexual awakening.
You guys, George of the Jungle, if you did not watch that when you were 6 years old, just being like, "What is this feeling?"
No, that I think truly my first encounter of jumping beeping, that's what Tess and I call being turned on, is that jumping beeping was my first time watching George of the Jungle.
Yeah, you guys know what we're talking about. Yeah, and I love that Leslie Mann was like, that whole shoot, I was just like, "I can't handle how much I love this man."
Like, how could you not? Like, his spray tan was perfect.
His
His body,
body,
his body.
his, like, long hair and his sweet nature and him, like, protecting her and also just being, like, a hero.
Well, I think he's so, like, actually a very sweet person too. And then he goes on from George of the Jungle to The Mummy, and I was just like, who is this man? As a young girl, I was just obsessed.
Oh, I was as well, Claire. I was who were we talking about last night that was also sexual awakening? Oh, this one won't be popular.
What?
Robin Williams?
Oh, yeah, you guys. Okay, so I watched Mona Lisa Smile last night, and we were talking about obviously Kirsten Dunst, the everything.
I'm so glad you watched it. It's such a great movie.
It was so good. I mean, Julia Roberts, just like what a striking woman. And that cast, like, we need more movies with like a female ensemble like that.
100%.
It was so good. But then we started talking about Jumanji, and I was like, I don't even know if I can watch Jumanji because it will make me feel so sick with nostalgia.
I agree.
Yeah, but I was like, I was always a little sexually attracted to Robin Williams in Jumanji. There was something about him.
I felt exactly the same way that I was just like, huh, like you have the Raz. You're very like you're smart, you're confident, you're funny. And I always felt that way about Robin Williams. And, I also felt that way about Tom Hanks. Like I liked the older
Mhm.
kind of funny, like Tom Hanks and You've Got Mail. Like I remember being 10 years old watching that being like, he's so sexy.
Yeah, I feel like both of them had like a youthful spirit to them too. But there was something about it in Jumanji. You know what I always think of with Robin Williams too? What hairy arms. Like, what a hairy man.
Very, probably a very hairy back as well.
Uh, If I had to guess, Tess, I think you'd be right. And when I was younger, I was like not into hair in that way. Like when I was a young girl, I wanted like a Ken doll.
I know for some reason I always liked a little bit of hair. Like I was like,
Yeah.
What's that movie where she's like, show your chest hair? Oh, Parent Trap, Meredith Blake,
Oh,
where she's like
hot.
literally unbuttoning it, be like, why don't you show off more of your chest hair? I was like, that was me as like a tween.
Well, you know that we both always loved the older men. You just like loved the.
Of course. And, we can all analyze us psychologically,
Well, of course, we know what we're dealing with here, and that's
Like,
the little thing that we like to call daddy issues. But
exactly. We don't pretend that doesn't exist,
no, of
Who-
course not.
It's who we are. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
But Robin Williams and Jumanji, yeah, hot.
Hot. And also, what's her face? Bonnie Hunt in Jumanji?
Yeah.
Also sexy with her little ponytail and scrunchie. Like,
Yes. And
hot.
that movie was so stressful.
It's like literally last night, I was like, this is what I still have like this like inspired my nightmares. Like I still
Yeah.
have those dreams of like everything going wrong and everyone's coming to kill you. And it's like pick your adventure,
No, truly, it's like there's always something around the corner that was going to kill you. Those goddamn monkeys. Are you kidding me?
Oh my God, the monkeys the scariest one was almost like the shooter to me, like the hunter
Oh, that
man.
hunter man. Yeah, he was horrible.
Horrible. Oh
I
God,
know,
it's such a scary movie.
but I digress. So Zac Efron and Nina Dobrev.
Yep, we're into it. What else are we? Oh, Charlie's wedding. More footage has come out of Charlie and what's her husband's name?
George.
George.
I want to dance with
George.
George. Oh my God. If I could be at one event, Charli XCX's wedding, like I have so much FOMO about people I've never met in my life.
Seeing Maddie Healy DJ and play Lucky by Britney Spears.
Powerful.
It was powerful. And seeing God, my brain is not working. I'm so sorry. What's her name? Gabriette?
Gabriette. Uh-huh.
Dancing like a sexy little thing to it. I was like, I'm picturing it.
I'm picturing it too, her just, like, smoking cigarettes behind her man DJing in Italy, like, what more could you want?
What do you think their relationship is like?
Gabriette and, Maddie?
Yeah.
Well, what's also fun is that Gabriette and Charlie are best friends, and George and Maddie are obviously best friends, and they're in the 1975 together, so that part is very fun. I think that as the 4 of them, they have very much fun together, and then Maddie and Gabriette individually, I think that they are, like, who they present to be. I truly think that they're constantly smoking cigarettes. I think that they're just cool.
How do I say this?
Say it.
Do you think he's a good partner?
I actually do. I mean, you guys know I'm a Maddie apologist, so, like,
Right, that's why I had hesitancy asking because I'm like, I like, do you think he's a good
but I
hu
do, like, I think that they are, like, in it together. I really
Yeah,
do. I think there's, like, a mutual respect for their crafts, and I don't know, I think that they are.
I mean, that's great. I mean, I hope so too.
I mean, I think that if you don't, like, follow Maddie's career, know anything about him at all, like, it's easy to sum him up to, like, the shocking things that he tries to say. But I do think that he's someone with a good heart. And, it's always really scary to say that about a straight white man on a public platform. But here we are.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that they're, like, very cute together, like, it, like, makes sense to me. I, like, don't really know a lot about their relationship, so I was just curious. I was like, "What are they all about?"
They match each other's freak for sure.
Definitely, I could totally see that.
Well, and his ex girlfriend just got engaged to Liam Hemsworth.
That's right,
Hmm.
okay. I always forget about Liam Hemsworth. I honestly feel too that, like, that whole thing with him and Miley was kinda, like, very quickly brushed under the rug of, like, she was like, "Everyone blamed me for being the crazy one and having the drinking problem. I was talking about him," and everyone's like, "No," and then it just went away.
I think that's exactly what happened, though. Like, it was crazy when we were all like, "Oh, they broke up because she won't stop partying," and then Slide Away came out, which, like, Slide Away does not get enough credit. That song is so good.
I think she never gets enough credit in a way, you know
I
what I mean?
agree.
Like, I just think she's, like, such a iconic artist, and, like, her albums are kinda slept on. I don't know. I
I
I
completely agree.
I love Miley, and I'm, like, justice for Miley in that relationship because she also met him when she was 17 and, like, he was 24, like, yeah, I just feel for her that, like, people
I didn't know he was that much older than her. Okay,
Mhm.
but you know how I feel about the last song.
I know that's a very impactful movie in your girlhood.
It really is that movie is, like, slept on in a way, and when I Look at You, that song by Miley, oh my god, it's so good.
She is she is an icon. I mean, he was a hot little thing too, but yeah, I just feel like he really broke her heart. God, those wedding photos that they had in Malibu when they got married in their living room live, like, rent-free in my mind of her in that gorgeous Vivienne Westwood
I was
dress.
going to ask if it was Vivienne Westwood.
Yes, I think it's, like, very similar to Lauren's dress.
It was, and then Charlie was wearing a Vivienne Westwood for her first wedding, and then is it Daniel Frankel? Is that how you say the name? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I tried on a Daniel Frankel. They're very expensive, and same with the Vivienne Westwood.
Yeah, they both are. Oh, did you see, with Charlie's wedding, they had the same bands that our friend Lauren's wedding had in Italy. Those men that, like,
Oh,
came over and danced with us, they were at Charlie's wedding.
oh, that's so
I
fun!
know, isn't that cool? Because both the weddings were in Sicily too.
Chic
I
as
know.
hell.
I
God,
know.
there's a reason people get married in Italy, isn't there?
Yeah, there really is.
Well, let's see what else before we talk about Salt Lake City is on your mind, Claire.
Well, I mean, Justin Bieber's playing Coachella.
The rumor has it the highest paid artist that they've ever gotten for Coachella.
Am I wrong to say that I'm happy for him for that?
I am as well, Claire. And I know people will come for us because there's a lot of,
Yeah.
like, hatred about him right now, but I am happy for him, and I can't help it.
For some reason, I just find myself really rooting for Justin. Like, I just want him to be well.
Well, I think, look, he's a child star that I think so much happened to him that we may never even know.
For sure.
And he has been through so many ups and downs with his mental health, and he's very vocal about it. He's not a perfect person, of course, but, like, I also want the best for him.
I know, and I really loved Swag too.
Swag 2, you guys, it is so fun. It's so uplifting and, like, it's so, like it's just fun. It's, like, for the girlies, I feel.
Well, I text Tess and Kanal, her Bitcoin boo, and I was like, "Okay, when he tours, we're going, right?" And it was like, "Yes, of course." And then it came out that he was headlining Coachella, and I was like, "That's not like I want to see him on tour. Like I guess I can go and try to figure out Coachella. It does seem just like overwhelming."
I'd rather see his tour. I've
Same.
never been to Coachella before, and I know you have, but also didn't have, like, the best experience of your life. Like, I would like to have, like, one fun time going.
Well, I mean, maybe we can make it work this year because I was talking to one of our friends too, and she was like, "We can get like a great house and like just do it." It's just a lot of planning, and I'm not really a planner like that, so that overwhelms me.
Right. I understand. And also, like, God, I mean, I do feel like in a way like I've outgrown like a general admission music festival, and that's gonna sound bitchy, but it's
No,
how I feel because I got VIP for free from an old teacher 2 years ago for Outside Lands, and I was like, how can I ever go back to the way it was?
can I one up your bitchiness?
Say it.
Honestly, I don't even want anything besides Artist Pass.
And there she is. And there she is.
But it's true. It's like once you have it, you're like, well, I don't ever want to go back. I don't think Tess, I legitimately couldn't do GA.
And I don't want I don't want to, Claire. Like, I don't wanna wait in line, I don't wanna feel overwhelmed, I don't want to feel crowded. So yeah, we'll talk offline maybe if Coachella's in our future. I will say I'm not, like, super impressed with the rest of the lineup. Like, I'd really be excited to go if it was, like, Justin Bieber and, like, 3 other people. I was like, "Yes."
I know, same because Ethel is playing there, but like also, is that the right crowd that I really want to be seeing Ethel? You know what I mean? I'm glad that we got to see her at her actual show. And then if I was at Coachella, I'd be like, I need to stop in for a few songs and like see her with that crowd there.
100% agree.
But the thing with Coachella is that I am never like blown away by their lineup, but there's so many DJs that I don't know. Like you guys, I've danced more this year than ever because I just will go to any show that my friend Rebecca, who like is very into that crowd, will go to. So I think it would be one of those things where it's like, I don't even know these artists, but I know the vibes are going to be good.
And that's how it is every festival I've gone to where I'm like, just show up, I'm like, what?" And then I'm like, "Oh my God, this is amazing." Then I start listening, and that's how you discover new artists. That's so
Yeah.
fun.
And that should be like the heart of the festival. I think, oh God, now that we're talking about it, well, I think we have to go
I know. I'm like, maybe we do.
because
Maybe we do.
it's more of your group and the experience than like the artists themselves.
Oh, of course, that's all it is. It's just like the people you're with, the like, I do miss it. It's been a long time. It's been a
And
long
seeing
time.
Bieber would be incredible.
You know he's gonna put on a good show. My
Yeah.
God. I mean, the man is just like it's crazy. It's
I
crazy what
know.
he's done.
I wonder who's gonna do Super Bowl this year. It hasn't been announced yet, right?
No, I mean, there's still the rumors about Taylor doing it. I don't know.
I don't either. We don't have to say anything more about that.
Yeah. Well, shall we move on to Salt Lake City?
Let's take a little break and then we'll come back and we will cover Salt Lake City. Okay, you guys, we are back. Tess, let's talk about this week's episode 2 of Salt Lake City.
I thought it was so good.
I thought it was good too. I'm like, okay, this is what I'm talking about. Also, the drama feels real. Sorry, we're in Utah. The drama feels real.
Real for Helen. Yeah, it feels real. It feels like, we're seeing vulnerability.
Oh my God. Don't we will get to it, but we need to talk about Robert Jr. and Mary.
Tears were streaming down my face, Claire.
Same, Tess. I was like, am I okay? Like, I'm really upset by this.
I feel like there was so much like heart to this episode because like I think it's like really interesting, which like I feel like we should talk about the whole like motherhood of it all with Heather versus Bronwyn, Lisa feeling like she's on the brim, Mary as a mother, like let's get into it.
Lisa is on the brim of freaking out, by the way.
She looked like I mean, she does not seem well, she does not look well. She's all like flustered and shaken, like she's hiding some secrets.
Okay, I'm so glad that you picked up on that as well.
During that lunch, I was like, "What is wrong with you?" I was like, "Honey, take a breath." She was
Yeah,
shaking.
she was shaking, and I was like, oh, it's because, yeah, she has some secrets that are eating her alive.
Because there people are calling it out.
Yeah.
So yeah, the morning of the camping trip.
Tess, I was so shook to see that Meredith slept on reclining chairs overnight.
Is that true? Did they actually, or did they go to a hotel and just say that? Because like that, those women would not do that.
I pray to God that they went to hotels because I was disgusted to see
I
that.
feel like they had to. They
I think
had
so
to be at a
too.
hotel because, like, Meredith Marks is, Also, is she alive? Like, is that a hologram of her?
I think it's a body. I think it's a vessel, but the soul is not in.
She has not basically said a word. She
Yes.
doesn't seem like lights are on in nobody's home, but in, like, even a different way, like, it doesn't seem like she's present at all.
I know we really haven't got that much Meredith because I feel like she doesn't have much to give right now.
Yeah, God, that's true. Um,
I will say also with the opening where she was like, "Of course they would never let anything happen to us." I was like, "This was such a waste of time." Like, I hated that. I
I did
hated the Blair Witch thing.
I did as well. Because now I'm like, "Okay, this is what we need out of every episode of Housewives." Like, this is, like, a very good lesson in structure for all of them to we got, like, moments of, like, that felt like we're talking about motherhood and being a woman and working and business. We're talking about struggles and also, like, having some real fights from that. Mhm.
Okay, well, so let's talk about the Heather and Bronwyn conversation of it all.
What did you make of Heather saying, "I'm so excited for my daughter to get out"?
So when Heather first said that, I was like, "What the fuck, Heather?" Like I sensed it from her. I'm like, she is ready for her daughter to get out. I think she wants to have hookups at her house all the time. She is famous now. She is like living Heather 2.0 life, and I
Richer than ever.
richer than ever. And so I was pretty grossed out by that, and it made me sad. And then the more that she talked about like what she's gone through with her ex-husband and how she has truly had to like raise these kids on her own, I understood her more and I had sympathy more. I still feel a little icked out by it though. And I think I saw in your notes because it's like it's not it's not her daughter's fault.
Right. Yes, I completely agree with you. I think also saying that publicly on television and having your daughter know that you're saying that is something that you will regret for the rest of your life. You can 100% feel that. You could also word it as like, look, I'm so, excited for her to go on this journey of independence. The way that she worded it, just like, I'm so excited for her to get out. This cannot come any faster. I was like, that is a hurtful thing to say to about your child. Like, it just is.
It is, but I feel like that is Heather's vibe. Again, if like she feels like the girl in high school who's popular for the first time and she's like, I can't wait to spread my wings in that way.
100% clear. Like, it's just so Heather. And like the problem I have with Heather, I feel like she started the series, right?
Mhm.
As the like fan favorite because of how vulnerable and honest she was about like her time being a Mormon, rejecting the Mormonism, and everyone's like, she's so real. And I feel like after 6 seasons, she still tries to be like, I'm going to say something that women are going to get, and that
Yes.
I'm going to get this like following from it. And then the second someone's like, oof, like that was that's kind of interesting that you said that. She's like, wow, so no one supports me.
I mean, I've never really been that big of a Heather fan.
I've never, even guys, season one, I saw right through her. I was just
Same.
like, I don't trust her. I feel like she uses that I used to be a loser card sort of to like manipulate people. And I felt like she was doing the same thing with this. I feel like Bronwyn had a very nice, like, she was basically saying, like, I feel the same way in the opposite way, which can make me feel guilty sometimes.
Yeah, I also thought that Bronwyn was trying to relate to her, but God, Bronwyn, I'm like, I am so troubled by that experience as well. That instead of encouraging Gwen at 18 years old to move out, she's like, have your boyfriend move in with us, Tess. You know how this triggers me.
I knew that would upset you deeply.
Like, there is something about it where parents, I think it's because I left home so early and my mom was so encouraging about it that it really bugs me when I see parents like hold on to their children.
Yes, there is like an unhealthy way to, like once your kid turns 18 and God, like I'm sure I don't have children. I can't imagine how that feels. But to try to manipulate them to stay home for longer when they don't want to do that is not okay. I'm worried for Bronwyn in so many ways.
I am too.
And I do just feel like Heather, and I agreed with Bronwyn later when she was like, I feel like you were just waiting for me to say something that you're like, that's why you're a bitch. That's why you hate me. And I hate that because I do feel like Bronwyn does come from a place sometimes of wanting to connect as women, and they just go after her. Like, I do sense that.
Why do you think that is that they go after Bronwyn so much?
I think everyone is triggered by a woman with a much older husband who they feel
Yeah.
like they have not had to work, or they have gotten everything that they have from being with a rich older man. I think none of the housewives have ever liked that.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can I bring up a different franchise?
Yeah.
Stephanie, did you see that video that Victoria sent us?
Wait, which one?
Okay, so you guys, our friend Victoria just sent us this video on Instagram. All this is alleged because I haven't like looked into it at all. But apparently, there's been some stuff that's come out about Stephanie and Mazood that she was Mazood's ex-wife's assistant, and that's how she met Mazood. And then she started dating him, and then she changed her. They said they've been together for like 10 years or something like that, but like they haven't been together that long. She changed her last name to his last name before they were even married, like all this crazy stuff. Also, apparently, Mizood's ex-wife's father is the one that gave him all this money for the company, and then Stephanie has come in and just like taken over her life.
Interesting. I mean,
Word on the street.
that doesn't surprise me at all, Claire. That doesn't
Yeah.
surprise me at all. The only woman that has ever been able to, like, get away with the opposite of this and, like, have women be obsessed with her is Erica Girardi.
Yeah, but then we saw how that turned out.
But then we saw that kid but when she first came on, people were like I think because she had her own, like, creative endeavors that people are like, "It's so cool that she's able to do this and that he lets her do this," but everyone else that, like, has a much older husband, the women, as we saw Lisa go after, like, "You're not educated, you've never had to work in your life," all of that. I was like, she met Todd because she worked in tech and finance.
But also, like, why? Who cares?
It's so Lisa, though, I'm sorry, it's so Lisa to be like, that's what you're gonna pull, like, because she didn't go to college means that she, like, doesn't know what she's talking about?
That was as someone who did not go to college, I'm like, "Lisa, you are reaching," but you guys, Bronwyn ate down in that combo with Lisa. I was like, "Holy shit." But this is, like, what we need to see more from the Housewives because 'cause I'm a Baby Gorgeous fan, but it's not fun to watch. In the same way that Beverly Hills was not fun to watch when everyone was scared of Lisa Vanderpump, like, we need someone to go against the bully.
We do, and, like, we have had Lisa bully for 5 seasons everyone, go after their marriage and finances and children and motherhood, like, she has hit below the belt so many times, and the fact that she's literally just like, I'm now gonna go after them that they're doing this to me." I was like, "Honey, you've been doing that the whole fucking series. You called your best friend a" what'd you call Meredith in the hot
Oh,
mic moment?
well, a whore.
A whore, that's right.
I mean, so many things. It's a whole monologue.
It's a whole monologue, it's crazy. So, yeah, what did you make of Lisa's entrance into the season with the lunch with Heather?
I thought she looked really beautiful, actually.
I thought she looked very pretty. I thought she did not look, like, well. Like, she
Yeah.
looks like she's, like, about to cry or, like, she seemed tense, but I thought she looked very like, her hair looked so much better short to me like that.
Yeah, her hair is short. I almost feel like she's wearing less eye makeup too.
I
There
think
was
she was
something different.
I think she wasn't wearing her really bad lashes that she normally
Yes.
wears, and I thought that she looked, like, fresher and pretty.
No, I completely agree. But I clocked that immediately where I was like, oh, she is on the brim. She just seemed very fragile because I was like, oh my God, Lisa crying. Like, why is Lisa crying like that?
And you just have to think, like, why are you coming in here so hot if all of these are dismissed and not a big deal? Like, mm?
Well, okay, well, that's the thing that she kept being like, "Yeah, I've had so many lawsuits, but they've all been dismissed." But it's like, Lisa, that is crazy to have as many lawsuits as you have. That's not nothing. People aren't just completely making this up and then taking it to court. Like, what?
And this is what we talked about last week where she loses me instead of just being like, yeah, it's been hard on the business. Like, I still feel really great with where we're at, but we have had some stuff that has come up that's been like messy. Fucking say that, but just her to be like, no, her to say to Heather, who is a businesswoman who has a very successful business, I am bigger than all of you, is rude and insane.
Well, and that's the thing that is also so frustrating about Heather is because Heather wants to be the popular girl so bad. Like, even when she was talking about, she's like, mine and Lisa's friendship. I'm like, what friendship?
But, like, you see Heather have a bite to Bronwyn, and you see her have a bite to, like, everyone but Lisa, and then Lisa straight right in front of her says, "I'm bigger than you, and you will
Well,
never understand." And Heather's just like,
Lisa fully believes that. That's like why she says that straight to her face. And she's like, I'm not worried about hurting her feelings because she doesn't care about her feelings.
And guys, we went through, if you need a little, review of what people are saying about Lisa, listen to last week's episode because we go through Reddit of, like, she's not as big as she has made herself be in the least.
Well, okay, let's talk about these lawsuits because this is crazy that like she is working with it. Well, okay, all of these lawsuits are alleged, but like, yeah, that she's working with this man who's paying off her Amex.
And
And
said John can't know about it?
And don't tell John.
And so is this the man that she is supposedly having an affair with?
I mean, that must be the case because who else would be doing something like that? If it's not a family member and it's not someone that you're having an affair with, like, it's definitely not just some rando.
Crazy. Crazy.
Is he giving her, like, business loans or is it, like, just paying off her life? Like, do we know?
I feel like it's I don't know. I feel like it might be loans and they're like, "Look, it's someone that's like your sugar daddy." So I think that's gonna be but it might just be loans. I am very curious to see. She's not gonna admit it, but what the other women find and what's gonna come out about it.
She's not gonna admit it, but it's like, Lisa, it's literally all, like, public domain, and this stuff is not just made up. Like, you can't just make this go away.
It's messy and I feel like she knows that she's in too deep now to even get out of it, and I think that's why she is so frazzled and so defensive.
So defensive. I mean, I think that we should honestly talk about her and Bronwyn's fight now.
I mean, I just hate that Lisa she has 3 things that she pulls out, like, you're a slut, you don't work, and you suck dick for my like, it's just so predictable of her.
For her to be yelling, "You suck dick," at this, oh, by the way, I'm putting in quotes, Utah socialites party. I was like, "Who's a Utah socialite?"
No party I wanna go to, thank you very much. It's okay.
That party in general, by the way, the red carpets, the champagnes out of the bushes, I was like, "I hate this."
It's so trashy, so, like, not classy. Yeah, I was proud of Bronwyn. Why was Lisa was so mad at who last year for saying that something about her sex life with John? It's just also hypocritical.
Angie,
Yeah, maybe.
probably. She's always, like, going after Angie, and I appreciated how Bronwyn was like, "You're not mad at Angie, you're mad at me, so just talk to me about that."
I appreciated it
Bronwyn
too.
handled this like an all-star housewife, in my opinion.
I think she's gonna have a good season.
I think so. Well, I am worried because already with, like, next week, we're seeing a preview with, Grumpy Cat. What is his name?
Todd.
Todd, and I'm just like, he scares me to my core.
It's just troubling, like, it is.
It is.
Their
But,
relationship is weird.
what made me laugh so much is when everyone was screaming at each other and it just cut to the men being in the other room. What's his name? Seth? Why can't I remember
Yeah.
anything today? Was like, "So are you in love with Brittany?" Or
Yeah, they're just like, "Man, let's have a heart to heart." Like, come on. I was also like, we all know the answer to that, okay?
and it's no. All 5 of them just, like, standing looking at each other in some, like, dark room, though. Or no, it wasn't even dark, it's, like, fluorescent lighting. It was
Truly,
haunting.
be like, "It's time to get into it. Let's have a heart to heart." Yeah, that was hilarious, and those are the moments of Salt Lake City I love so much, where you're just like, "This is crazy."
It truly made me LOL. And you know what, Tess? Like, I feel something when John Barlow is on screen. I do.
I saw that in your notes. I don't feel like I'm not like he's ugly, but I don't have that feeling for him.
There's something about him that I'm attracted to.
He's an attractive man, like, I definitely think he is. I probably like him more if he wasn't Lisa's husband. I'm sorry. There's, like, no trust for me there. I'm like, "Why are you with this woman?"
Also,
I can't.
I really like Baby Gorgeous because I see her as like a cartoon thing, but like you can totally not like her.
Oh my god, she triggers me so much. I,
Yeah.
still don't even know what it is about her that triggers me, but she does. I'm just like, "This beast, this beast."
I'm worried about them this season.
I am too. And look, it always makes me sad to know when, like, a housewife couple breaks up due to being on the show. Like, it's sad. They've been together so long, they have kids. Like, I don't, like, wish badly on them. I honestly there are times where I think Lisa needs to get off the show. I
Well,
really do.
I was just about to say, like, I don't think that they'll split up. I think what will come from this is them being like, we can no longer do the show anymore because it's ruining us. But she's so
Yeah.
like, I think she's so fame hungry though. Like, I don't really see how that works either.
She's very fame hungry. She clearly thinks that she is, like, the heart of the show, and I actually think that she used to be a lot more, like, topical and, like, relevant to it. I think her problem now is just shutting everything down. She kinda has the same insults. She won't talk about what's really going on. I think that's a recipe for, like, a housewife where it's time to go night night.
But Tess, she wasn't even on the episode last week, and her name was mentioned something like 64 times. Like, there was the thing. She still is the heart of the show. It's actually shocking to me that Angie is the center snowflake right now.
But I think Lisa's still, like, of course, like, in it, But I think it's growing tired of, like, her like, Angie, like, mixes it up a little bit more, I think. She's, like, a bit more, like, initiates more I think Lisa is just there to defend herself and to yell at everyone about the shit she always yells. It just feels like it's the same cycle.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we're just getting started though. Like, I think this is gonna be the whole season is people going after Lisa for, like, this lawsuit stuff, which, like, honestly, rightly so, it's out there.
It is out there, and you know how we feel, guys, about lawsuits. Sometimes it's a hard storyline sometimes on
Yeah,
Housewives. It can be challenging, and I hope that they do it in a way that doesn't just feel like, "Well, it's out there," and she's like, "It's a lie, but it's out there." Like, I'm worried about that.
same, and I hope that, like, Andy can, stay with it in the reunion when this is talked about, but, like, who knows what's gonna come out.
It's just hard because then sometimes they're like, "We can't talk about it because we're on,"
Yes.
like, it's just a tricky main point of a storyline, and I just still want other things to be happening, though, at the same time, you
Yeah,
know?
I think that's so fair.
Should we talk about Mary and Robert Jr.?
I'm like, "Am I gonna cry talking about this now?" By the way, can I just say the 180 I have done on Mary, I still have serious pause because her church does seem to be very cultish, and that worries me, and I feel like Mary's in a cult or the leader of a cult, and we're all just like, "Whatever." But I have come around on her, and I appreciate what she has done on this show.
I completely agree. I think it's a really hard thing too. Like, of course, as a parent, to have this be a storyline and you are having heart to hearts with your child about their addiction and their recovery and their mental health. And also the way she responds to him is just like an amazing parent. Just like when she's like, "Did you do drugs today?" And he was like, "I did." And she was like, "You smoked weed?" And he was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Okay,
It's
okay."
it's
And
gonna
she
make me cry again, I'm getting upset.
She just let him speak, she didn't judge him, she didn't blame him. You also have a child that's, like, not a teenager anymore, like, it is such a hard position to also, like, dealing with an addict, to not make them feel ashamed or embarrassed and just to be present, and she did that so beautifully.
She really did, and she said in her confessional, she was like, "I realize unless he trusts me, he's not gonna tell me anything, so I have to react that way." He said something of I think he just doesn't know how to find his way out of this, and this is like when you are depressed, it feels like how do you pull yourself up out of it? And, like, the fact that he was like, "I'm not hanging out with those people anymore, but I am putting it in different ways, like food," and I think he's smoking weed and, like, using food, and it breaks my heart.
When he said he was lonely, and, like, that's what so many people go through when they're trying to get away from an addiction, but their whole life and community and friends revolved around that, and it's like,
Yeah.
then, of course, you wanna go back to it. You're like, I'm no longer part of this club anymore." Like, it just must feel so hard.
Yeah, he's so brave for sharing about it on screen too, and I just, like, really feel for him. I was shocked that Mary said earlier in the episode when it was, like, the whole motherhood talk that she was like, "I wouldn't have been able to do it without Robert Sr." I was actually, like, surprised to hear her say that because from what it seems like on the show, she's been doing it pretty much alone. Like, it doesn't seem like Robert Sr. has been that much of a partner.
Yeah, because like, I remember past confessionals where she was like, "I felt like a single mom," so I was a little confused about that. But maybe he showed up in different ways, like, when they
Yeah.
were going through a really hard time with him, like, they came together and he showed up, who
Yeah.
knows?
And also, Mary was so kind to Heather in a way that I've never seen her definitely not be kind to Heather. She had called her inbred at one point. But this episode that she was like, I respect you so much to have to do that as a single mom.
With 3 kids, I know, that was a very sweet moment. I just feel like we got really lovely, like, what we've been craving a little bit of just, like, really lovely, like, human connection moments, which is what literally is the core of Housewives, like, watching these women show up for each other, and I was very moved by this episode.
Yeah, Mary is at her best when she's vulnerable, when she has her guard down.
100%, and we don't see it a lot, and when you do, you're like, "Ah, thank you for shining that light."
Robert Jr., I just hope that he has some peace. I'm just so glad that they are, like, showing what mental health struggles look like on TV in a way, if it's just a mother and a son in a closet, like, talking together and just being like, "I'm just having a hard time right now."
And also just like now that something else is like, I'm not using this, I'm now starting to use this, which is the cycle of addiction. Like, and that's so real. And even having him say, like, I'm using food was just such like an honest moment that like we just don't see on reality TV a lot.
I know. Oh, it's just like making me so upset.
I know. It was really, really sad. It was
Yeah,
heartbreaking.
it really was. And I really appreciate them doing it.
This is why Bravo, like, people be like, that's such a waste of time to watch women fight. It's like, that's such a little percentage of what the show is. I mean, truly, like,
Yes.
they are having conflict. Yes, it's reality TV, but like, this is the heart of the show.
Well, babe, that's what we call duality.
That is duality, sweetheart. That really is.
I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, baby.
Robert Jr. just really got me.
I know. It's
I feel for
powerful.
them. It was powerful. Do you have any other big takeaways from the episode?
Um, I don't have any more takeaways other than I just am excited and hopeful for the season. And also, like we said, just weary of where the lawsuit stuff is gonna land,
Yeah.
and I really just hope we get into more of, like, Bronwyn and Todd because 'cause I'm fascinated about that. Seth and Meredith, I'm like, "Are you guys good?" Like, I do want, like, an update on all of their relationships 'cause I feel like no one's okay, but, like, we're just talking about one thing.
Well, and I think that this is the problem with Housewives is that now is that they don't go into their personal lives that often. Like we haven't been to Meredith's house once. Like I know we're only on the second episode, but we haven't even like seen a clip of it. Same with like all of them, where I need to see more of their personal lives. I would rather see that than talk about like fluff.
I agree. So I'm just, like, hoping that we just get a multitude of, like, interesting storylines this season, but I'm very excited about it and doesn't God, what do we have next? Beverly Hills or Potomac comes next?
We haven't got a trailer. I think Potomac must come first because we haven't got a trailer for Beverly Hills yet.
Oh, that's true. I feel like Potomac usually is, like, October-ish and Beverly Hills is usually November, so we'll see, but I know it's all been, like, crazy with filming and stuff, but good things are coming. I'm hopeful. I see a light.
Did you see Miami reunion?
Oh, reunion?
Yes, they just dropped the reunion trailer
Oh,
today.
I was like, "It's already the reunion?" No, I haven't seen it yet. I need to catch up on social media.
Okay, Tess, there is a clip of Marisol and Alexia together, and they're like, since you guys are twins, let's see if you guys have the same answer. And it is just so us. Like, if there are two people on Bravo who are Tess and me, it is Marisol and Alexia.
Runner-up is Sonia and Ramona
Yes.
in the early seasons,
In the
but
early
yes.
seasons, like that vibe. And Andy is like, do you think that Kiki's dad is hot? And they both just go, yes.
Oh my god, that's amazing. It's so us. I love it.
It's so awesome. I'm excited to see that and like the rest of Miami.
Same, because I'm now, like, really starting to enjoy it again. I feel like it took them a few episodes, and now I'm like, "Okay, I'm in." So I'm feeling happy with Bravo right now.
I am so worried about Adriana.
She is so depressed, Claire. Like, I think she is so unhappy.
I think so too. And I think she's very lonely. And she doesn't have Julia.
Fucking Julia. She's on my list. I'm just like, you abandon your friend who's clearly struggling. Adriana won't even, like, try to have any sort of, like she's not even speaking right now on television. Like, she
Yeah.
doesn't even care to have a moment on TV. She's so sad.
Yeah. There's something like deep, deep going on.
I'm really worried. I'm really worried.
Yeah. I don't appreciate the whole Ratchet conversation that she had with Kiki. I think that she said Ratchet, she meant Ratchet, and then
Of
she got
course.
caught up in it.
Just own it. Own it at
Just
that
own it.
point, because then you just sound like a fool, like, even more so, you know?
Yeah. But Miami's been good.
Mhm. Yeah, we're happy, guys. We're happy you're keeping us fed.
That's true. That's true. And I actually won't be on pop culture next week.
She is not. She is going to be traveling, and we will have my hubby on.
Shut up. Shut up! Wait, I
I'm
didn't know
I'm
that.
telling her live, he has agreed to talk about pop culture with me.
Oh my God. No one's going to want me back. Wow. I cannot wait for this episode.
I'm so, so excited. I confirmed via email with him last night. I was like, "Are you available this day?" And he was like, "Let me check my calendar." But yeah, I am. I was like,
Well, you can't mix business and pleasure, so you gotta keep that on the email.
Of course. I was like, we need to keep it professional. But it's gonna be really fun because if you guys are premium, you might know about my hubby, but he knows about pop culture. We talk about it a lot. We'll probably talk about some movies and just have like a fun little time.
Oh my god, I'm so excited for this test. Wow, wow,
Same.
wow, what a gift. I needed that today. Exciting.
It's gonna be great. So everyone tune in for that. We won't discuss Bravo because he did used to watch Miami and he hath given up.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
And, that's his journey, and I understand it to some extent. But yeah, we'll see you guys next week. We have a fun episode on Monday. That's for our history component, but it's also a little pop culture.
We're talking about Whitney Wolf Herd, the founder of Bumble, formerly at Tinder, so
Juicy as hell and
seriously.
crazy. So yeah, guys, we'll see you next week, and we love you. And follow us everywhere you can, every single place you can.
At Right Answers Mostly. And please comment on the episode. We love you guys talking. And then also we have a Reddit page, so head on over.
Chime in on everything, you guys. Like, we love to hear your opinions and thoughts. So, yeah, just like stay close,
Stay close.
Okay, goodbye, everyone.
Bye, guys.